People Care Eco Communities. One Community Weekly Progress Update, number 676.
One Community is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are creating open source and free shared blueprints and resources, tools and tutorials, and do-it-yourself instructions for highest good living. Creating solution models that create additional solution creating models in the service of all life on this planet. This includes highest good approaches to food, energy, housing, education, for-profit and nonprofit business creation, society, and stewardship.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of One Community's Weekly Progress Update. My name is Jay, and this is our March 2nd, 2026 edition. And today I want to talk about designing people care eco communities. And everything you see happening in the background of this video are what we are creating open source tools, tutorials, resources, and do-it-yourself instructions for replication of as foundations for people care eco communities. And ultimately, one community will be the prototype demonstration of what's possible, demonstrating each of the different villages that you see, as well as the emotional foundations of sustainability that we talk about all the time as well. So before we really get deep into people care eco communities, let's talk about the people care part. There are two different foundations for people care, and we're integrating these into our eco community designs. There's the physical foundations, which are really about survival needs. It's about food, energy, and housing. Most people are familiar with this idea and why these are the foundations of sustainability. We are creating radical sustainable versions of these and open sourcing them as not only as complete comprehensive components of the complete people care eco community models that we're developing, but as within the components, the comprehensive components are individual components that can be replicated separate from the whole idea of highest good food, highest good energy, highest good housing. So our idea is to open source everything so that it can be replicated as a complete teacher demonstration community, village, city, or hub, which is what one community is, or as individual components. So for people that are interested in eco living, for people that are interested in community living, for people that just want to perhaps grow something that they can't buy in the grocery store because it doesn't have a shelf life, or for a multitude of other reasons. There's lots of different foods that are amazing, healthy, and can be absolutely delicious, but you can't buy them in the grocery store because of the reasons that they don't, they're just not marketable, or they don't have the shelf life, or a whole bunch of other reasons. Or maybe somebody's just interested in starting building their own microgrid, or maybe somebody's interested in building a home that doesn't have any toxic or carcinogenic materials, and they would like it to be more artistic and beautiful than traditional homes. They'd like it to last longer. Like, our designs are purposed to provide that. And so people can take an individual aspect of that. Maybe you want to just build a guest house, or maybe you just want to, paint your existing house with paints that are not toxic. We've done the research for that. And so the idea here is within each one of these categories, we're doing the research to identify the most sustainable, the most highest good approaches that we can find, meaning best for humanity and all people in life on this planet, and sharing those so that people can implement them in whatever ways they want. The other side of this is the emotional foundations of people care eco communities. And so while looking at the physical foundations of sustainability, we haven't forgotten the emotional foundations of sustainability, because these are arguably equally as important, or possibly even more important. Once these are taken care of, how do we create a fulfilled and enriching life that is better than the way that most people are living right now? Like, how do we provide that to people so that it's a level up in the living experience, so that people can live a fulfilled living experience surrounded by a culture of personal growth and contribution and making a difference in the world, and meeting the 6 human needs, which we've done a bunch of research on that. And there's a page on our website. If you'd like to Google One Community 6 Human Needs, you can read about that. How can we meet those 6 human needs better than traditional living models? And so the foundations of this are what we like to call highest good approaches to fulfilled living, education, economics, and stewardship. So we take these emotional foundations, combine them with these physical foundations, and we're creating these people care eco communities that are designed to provide a way of living that is far superior to the way that people are living right now, that people will objectively look at and say, I want to live that way. And they're based on this concept of, like, how do you live the most um, thriving lifestyle possible? How do you take the aspects that people want to vacation to and turn that into a lifestyle? Like when people go on vacation, they're typically looking for, a diversity of different things to do in a really beautiful environment. They want to eat the best food, and they want to be able to have a whole bunch of different things that they can do from a recreational perspective. That's all hopefully within walking distance or easy travel distance. And so, one community is putting all that in one place, saying like, well, what if we build that into the culture of the community so that part of everybody's contribution to the community, if they choose to, part of their contribution to their hours in keeping one community running and maintaining one community would be sharing your gifts, whatever that may be, whatever you're most passionate about, whatever you're most excited about. Maybe it's a book club, or maybe it's playing with your kids, or maybe it's playing a sport, or maybe it's yoga classes, or maybe it's bird watching, or maybe it's nature watching, or maybe it's painting, or a nature walk, or whatever it is. It could be boating, it could be cycling, anything. It could be anything that people are passionate about that other people want to participate in, and building that into the culture of one community as part of the people care aspect of it. And so I talk about looking at modeling this after like a Club Med experience, or it could be modeled after like a cruise ship experience where everything that you could want is within walking distance, and you have this, well, in our case, way better quality food than you would get on a cruise ship, but nonetheless a diversity of food that's prepared by people that really know what they're doing to make really delicious food, all provided for you in the community environment. This is what one community is about. It's about creating the most amazing environment that all of us community pioneers that have been designing this, developing this, and working on this for over a decade can imagine. Like, what is the most amazing environment that we can imagine? And then how do we open source and free share that so that other people around the world can access our information, use the aspects that are helpful to your project, whatever your project is, and then have a foundation that you can build off of for the areas of your project that might not have anything to do with us. And so, are we here to answer every single question? No, absolutely not. We're not capable of doing that. But what we are here to do is to create a foundation of design that people can look at and make a decision on whether or not they want to use that for their own projects or not. And so we are working hard to get to the point of construction so that we are constructing the Earthbag Village, and then we can start taking questions and answering those questions on the ground as we continue to develop that, so that every question that comes in about the Earthbag construction can continue to be integrated into the website, so the website becomes a place that people can visit and see how to build our first version of people care eco communities on their own, and providing that in such a way so that we're not actually needed to do that, like a Wikipedia for sustainability, where there's step-by-step instructions for every aspect of our project and what we're developing, so that people can follow that, they can access that. As they ask questions, we will integrate those questions into the website and continue to improve that so that Earthbag construction will be clearly defined. And then we'll move on to the next eco village, which would be straw bale construction, and do the same thing. And in so doing, for anybody interested in building Earthbag construction homes, they will have all the foundations that they need to do that way beyond just an eco community. They'll have the foundations that they need to be able to build individual homes and to be able to understand exactly what tools, equipment, materials they need, exactly how long it's going to take, exactly how much it's going to cost, how you're going to work with the county to be able to get your permitting, what the best windows to buy are, what the best doors are, what the best paint is, what the best adhesives are. Like, we're doing all the research. What are the best toilets, faucets, shower heads, hand dryers, like all this stuff we've identified, and we're building our versions of eco-sustainability to address all these different areas. And as we do this research, we're publishing it. What we're not doing is answering every single question out there imaginable about sustainability. We're not capable of doing that. We're focusing on like, okay, what does our first Earthbag Village look like, and how do we focus on that and answer every question to be able to construct this? And from that, we give people usable resources that they can use then to be able to build their own version of an Earthbag Village, or later, shipping container village, cob village, like all the most cutting edge and applicable sustainable building methods that we've identified, working through them one at a time. So right now we're focused on the Earthbag Village. Everything you see happening in the background of this video are the other areas that we're focused on after that, and all the different, and not just with the Earthbag Village, because that's really like housing. But then how do we build the food infrastructure to support the Earth Bag Village, the energy infrastructure to support the Earth Bag Village, the social architecture and the culture of personal growth that happens within the Earth Bag Village, the education program for all the children and adults as well as part of the education program, economic models, for-profit, non-profit, and resource-based economy models that go with the Earth Bag Village, and how to steward all that. And then once we have that foundation in place, now we have the infrastructure in place then to build the second village and to do the whole same process for the straw bale village, and how all of this that I just described can expand with that larger, more complex, more involved village than the Earth Bag Village, which is arguably, we think, is the most affordable, most globally applicable, one of the most durable models of all of them. And so that's why we're starting with that. So this is our idea for people care, eco communities. If you're into this, you want to help out, visit our helping page. If you would like to support us, there's lots of different ways there, including how to donate to us. We're a 100% volunteer, nonprofit organization, non-governmental organization, doing this because we want to live this way, because we want anybody else that's interested in living this way to be able to do so as well. And we want to create usable resources that can help anyone, anywhere, interested in something like earth bag construction, straw bale construction, cob construction, all these different areas as we progress through the different building models. That's what we want to do. We're on all. If you'd like to subscribe, visit our website. You'll get one email a week with a link to this video, as well as to our written blog, which is where you can see exactly what our all-volunteer team has accomplished in the last week. Visit our website if you'd like to see all of the open source content that I'm talking about. Join us on social media. We're on all the different social media networks to make it as easy as possible to interact with our content, to be able to share our content, to help us get the word out, help us share our content. If you'd like to help us in one of the easiest ways, just share an article or a page that you find is interesting. And then, stick around and watch to the end if you'd like to help our algorithm and see bullet points for all the major components of our project and how it is that we are designing people care, eco communities, and open sourcing and free sharing them for the benefit of all people in life on this planet. So with that said, thanks for watching the end. Until next week, we will, of course, keep on keeping on. Thank you.
The one community approach to highest good housing is eco-artistic home building that is affordable, sustainable, do-it-yourself duplicable, resource and space efficient, and consists of 7 different sustainably constructed village models. One Community is also creating an open-source duplicable city center. It is designed to be LEED Platinum certified, provide 12 guest rooms, dining for over 150 people, and laundry and recreation space for over 300 people, all while saving money, time, space, and resources. One Community's approach to highest good food is duplicable almost anywhere, scalable for different needs, more biodiverse and nutritious, part of forwarding a global open-source botanical garden collaborative, and includes 9 different free shared and duplicable growing environments. One Community's approach to highest good education is designed for all age groups, adaptable to any schooling environment, inspiring and fun for all participants, includes national standards, all subjects, lesson plans, teaching strategies, learning strategies and tools, classroom design, and more. The One Community approach to highest good society is globally focused, individually enriching, cooperative and collaborative, includes a highest good network and application, 4 different economic models, and combines fulfilled living and true earth stewardship for the benefit of all people and all life on this planet.